Off the top tonight, the Russia investigation intensifying after the special counsel impanels a grand jury.
And while they are already issuing subpoenas, the president remains defiant tonight.
Our D.C. Bureau Chief Ross Palumbo joining us live now from the White House with what's next for this investigation. Ross.
Well, Calvin and Janine, it means this investigation is now ramped up one entire level, and it means the investigation is now that much closer to being finished. The president just got back here to the White House tonight and has said nothing, but earlier he was in West Virginia speaking to hundreds of people.
Screaming crowds in West Virginia tonight, the president screaming back about the Russia investigations.
There were no Russians in our campaign. There never were.
And just hours before, this screaming headline from the Wall Street Journal saying special counsel Robert Mueller has now impaneled a grand jury in the Russia probe. It means the probe is intensifying. Reuters reporting that the grand jury has already issued subpoenas in connection with a meeting at Trump Tower between two Russian nationals, Donald Jr., son-in-law Jared Kushner, and former campaign manager Paul Manafort. But as for the president himself,
with respect to the impaneling of the grand jury, we have no reason to believe that the president's under investigation.
The president's other attorney adding, the White House favors anything that accelerates the conclusion of his work fairly. The White House is committed to fully cooperating with Mr. Mueller.
Mr. President, are you considering firing Robert Mueller?
The president not answering that, but telling the New York Times days ago that he would consider it if Mueller crossed the line by digging into Trump finances.
I think that's a violation. Look, this is about Russia.
Reports tonight, though, say that's exactly what Mueller is now doing. The president has been concerned since the beginning.
I can say that the people that have been hired are all Hillary Clinton supporters. Some of them worked for Hillary Clinton. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous.
So if Robert Mueller wanted to speak with you about that,
I would be glad to tell him exactly what I just told you.
Trump could be called to testify about firing FBI Director James Comey over the Russia investigation.
When I decided to just do it, I said to myself, I said, you know, this Russia thing with Trump and Russia is a made-up story.
The president also coming under fire tonight for leaked transcripts of a conversation with Mexico President Enrique Peña Nieto. In it, Peña Nieto refuses to pay for the wall. You cannot say that to the press, Trump says repeatedly. I cannot live with that.
The border was a tremendous problem.
Well, the immediate problem for the president tonight are those sinking poll numbers. Janine and Calvin, his polling right now stands at 33% approval. That is the lowest approval rating for any president 6 months in history.
And Ross, back to that grand jury, does that help Mueller, and is there more that he could or would do?
It actually gives Mueller a lot more power. You know, in front of a grand jury, Mueller gets to question witnesses and they have to testify under oath. And keep in mind, while he's doing this, there's no defense attorney cross-examining them. So it's Mueller's show in front of the grand jury, and then it's up to the grand jury to decide whether any laws have been broken.
Ross Palumbo with the latest now from the White House. Ross, thanks a lot.